What is an incel? Simply an involuntary celibate? A kind of pseudoscientific signifier for a state of being? Or a widespread technoneurosis, capable of altering the perception of anyone infected? It's important to begin with the underlying phenomena that incels do in fact experience. It's described by Wilhelm Reich as early as 1932. Constantly being without girls or without boys leads in the boy to the development of feelings of inferiority, and in the girl to hysterical behavior. The boys begin to compare themselves with others who do have partners, and they imagine that they suffer from this or that defect. Those who pick up a girl here and there do not find satisfaction, because it is only their physical needs that are gratified. Therefore, they become emotional recluses and start to boast about their sexual experiences. Often they try too hard to find a girl. They roam around the streets, go to bars or dance halls, or visit depressing places of entertainment, and this ruins their lives. Others try to get a grip on their sexual problems by uselessly brooding over them. Boys without girls become overly tense. Such young people are high-risk cases, because if they do not soon find a partner, their current dissatisfaction produces in them feelings of inferiority and the desire to boast. Also, if there is the slightest inclination to emotional illness, it leads to excessive indulgence in sexual fantasizing, which, together with feelings of guilt associated with masturbation, can develop into serious sexual problems. For such young people, therefore, it is important as early as possible to take the necessary steps to clarify and solve the problem of finding partners. The longer the loneliness is permitted to last, ultimately manifesting itself in one way or another, the greater will be the need for complicated course of treatment, although it is not simply feasible to provide such treatment for the majority of young people. Wilhelm Reich, The Sexual Rights of Youth. Incels experience what Reich describes, but then go a step further due to the presence of the internet. Rather than remaining isolated and giving in to solitude, their libido is redirected into the digital. It's here that they begin to form intricate and bizarre fantasies based on the reflexive illusions that Reich noted. Comparing themselves with others becomes systemic through alphas and betas, virgins and chads, normies, simps, etc. It's an entire pseudo-psychology of impotence. Imaginary defects take on the role of a pseudobiology. Wrists, chins, noses, eyes, hair, necks, all take on a supreme and phallic role as the incel projects virility into these bodily fetishes. Ultimately, these illusions form an extremely tight cocoon, which seems nearly impossible to break out of. The question is that of a solution: how to free mankind from the sexually repressive structures that lead to endless swarms of neurotics. We must first recognize the existence of diseases of the will, mental viruses, which are in fact more contagious than any physical one. Only then can we take measures against these viral agents and retain a degree of selfhood. I've always tried to do this with my channel, to try and establish a means of working against these seemingly impossibly powerful forces. One sees a meme and laughs, but it is through that laughter that ideas infect us. Our unconscious becomes resident to seemingly infinite forms, many of which are directly harmful. This is much of the substance as to my own meme, which is this: remember, memes matter.